Well, let me introduce myself. I am Misty Smith. I am the applications integration specialist here with technology in Newton County, and I'm so glad you guys joined me for this Friday. Today, we're going to take a sneak peek into Jamboard. Jamboard. Give me a thumbs up, either with your thumbs or your reaction at the bottom. Have you heard of Jamboard? Do you know what it is? Do you know where it lives? Have you ever used it? So if you ever heard of it, give me a thumbs up. I see some thumbs up. Nice, nice, nice. That's good. A few people. All right. So since only a few have heard of it, I bet the rest of you haven't used it either. So I want you to think back to when you were a teenager and remember when you had like that cork board that hung up in your room and you put like a little ribbon and the pins in it, and you would get a magazine and you would love that outfit and you would pin it to it. Or if you want to talk about it now, if you're my age or around that age, you have that whole Pinterest thing going on where you pin all your favorite things. then this is something similar, but digitally. And it has a lot more uses other than that. But the thing that I can relate it to the most is a board. What we're going to look at today is an awesome board that can be interactive, that can be shared, that can be used in lots of multiple ways. And at the end, I'll even get you guys to put in the chat for me and share some ideas if something comes to your mind as we go through this little training. If you think of something, oh, yeah, that would be really awesome. I could use it for this. I would love for you to share by the end in chat to everyone. So without further ado, we're right at 10 o'clock. Let's get the last few people in. I'm going to reintroduce myself and tell you what we're doing today. All right, let's see. Let's do screen one. Don't judge my desktop. It's getting better. I have an issue. I know. It's okay. Good morning, everyone. If you're just now joining us, I am Misty Smith, the Applications Integration Specialist. And today we are going to take a little peek into Google Jamboard. Google Jamboard is really, really fun and awesome to use in multiple ways. I'm going to share how your student can use it as an alternative to basically any kind of board you can think of. But then I'm also going to share some ways that you could use it as a family or just in general. And then at the end, I'm going to get your ideas. If you can think of a way you can replace something you're currently doing to include Jamboard. So where does Jamboard live? Jamboard lives in Google. So what you would do is you would literally just sign into Google. So if you want to go along with me, you're more than welcome to sign into Google right now. If you're on your phone or if you don't have a computer nearby, you, of course, would have to download that app. So that might be a little bit more tricky because it does have to work from an app if you're on a phone. However, if you have a tablet, again, you would have to download the app. But if you are on any type of computer or anything nearby, you can follow along with me.
Did you see that they approved that Shaw Mechanical or Shaw Home with
it? Sometimes people sneak through. All right, at any time, if you have any questions, I'm going to be keeping a look on the chat. But if I happen to not see it, don't feel afraid to just speak and say, hey, Misty, can you explain that a little bit more? I'll be more than happy to, okay? All right, so here we go. I call this the waffle in the top right-hand corner because it looks like, a waffle. It's a circle with some little circles on the inside. So I'm going to go to my Google Apps. When I get there, oh, wait, everyone can see my screen, correct? Yes? Yes? No? Maybe? Yes? Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Just want to make sure because sometimes it gets frozen and I don't want it to freeze. So I'm going to go up here. You're going to see all these good Google things that you've been going through with Casey and Ijama throughout each week. And today we're going to scroll down. You might have to scroll down a little bit. Down here, Jamboard looks like, sorry, I had to let someone in. Jamboard lives right here. It's kind of like a yellow circle and orange rectangle put together to make it look like a J. So when I click on Jamboard, it's going to open up. And these are actually Jamboards that I've used. Now, typically with Google, you would have like templates or suggestions. You don't with this because remember the thing that I related it to was that push pin board or that blank whiteboard that you had back when you were a kid that you would put your hopes and dreams and aspirations or your favorite outfit on. That's kind of what this lends itself towards. It's literally just a whiteboard. As a matter of fact, when I think about it, when I show you in just a second, I think about playing Win, Lose, or Draw. I don't know if I'm dating myself, but I used to watch Win, Lose, or Draw as a kid, and that was, really fun. This is literally just a whiteboard. All right, so if you've ever made or used Jamboard before, you'll see all of your old things come up here. And if you want to create a new one, you're going to see this plus sign down here on the right-hand corner. You would hit that plus sign. And now you're going to be actually inside of Jamboard. So this Jamboard is set up just like any board that you're going to walk up to. Is comparable, almost, not quite, to Microsoft Sway. Sway is a lot more versatile. But if I think about a board in Microsoft's world, this would be the board in Google world that's similar to it. Up here at the top, you have your basics. I'm going to name this Parents, since we're hanging out with parents today. And you can name it. You have the function to zoom in and out as you need to. Over here on the side, you have your basic pieces. You have a pen, and I'll show you what it looks like. There's your pen. You can actually change the colors to these preset colors. You can change it just a little bit. With each one of these, you have a little bit like a marker, and then you have like an actual paintbrush. See how much lighter it gets. So you can go through and change those fonts. So thinking about this, what would this be good for? Especially if your students have Chromebooks, right? So being able to use their finger is going to work just like the mouse does. So they would be able to go through and draw. So if I have a younger kid, this would be a perfect place for them to play with different fonts to practice their letters. As they practice, if I put the letter A here, and then I could go to the next slide, and they can just keep going and going and going. And by the end of the time, you would literally have an alphabet book that your kid created. And I'm going to show you how to add to those pieces too. Now, I don't want these things on here. So up here, this is your big eraser. That just clears everything off of the board, takes everything right off. Let's say I wanted to keep my A though. I like this one the best, the highlighter. I'm going to do an A. But look, I went down too far. There is an eraser. So now I can go right here, erase it to make it look all nice and pretty, however I want. So that's for those little pieces as you go through. So just to recap, you have your pen, you have your marker, you have your highlighter and your brush, and you have your different types of colors, just these basic colors. You want to clear the whole page, hit clear. Now what happens if I clear it and I didn't mean to? Because, right, that happens all the time. Let's avoid meltdowns, right? There's an undo button. Just undo it. You can hit the undo button, and then everything will come back on your page for you instantly. The next piece is a select. What you can do with your select is exactly what it sounds like. If there was an object on here, so let me go ahead and grab a circle. Now I can grab this and move it around. I can use these little points on the side to spin my object. I can take and make it larger, stretch it out. I can duplicate it really quickly because I need those to be the same size because I'm getting ready to create, googly eyes or a Venn diagram, whatever it may be. I can use those pieces. I can order it. This order will bring this to the front. See how it pushed over that one? You can even go up here now. You will see that more options have come across the top ribbon. So now you can change the border color. Maybe I want that one to be red and this one to be black. And then I want to color this one in with blue or green. People see it differently. This is where my husband and I always disagree. I would say this is green. He would say it's blue. It's just whatever your eyes see. We all see things a little bit different sometimes. So those are the options that you have for changing the shapes. Now you do have a lot more shapes that you can choose from. You have arrows, you have a diamond or a rhombus if you want to be shape correct. Triangle, square, you have the rounded rectangle, the half circle, and then a bar. You can grab those, do the same things. You can change, you can fill any of them that you want to. The transparent piece will actually give you the option to.
Yeah, definitely gonna
Let
be a
me
Full
make
Depot.
sure you guys stay muted for me. I can't figure out who has unmuted. Give me just 1 second. All right, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you have a question, don't feel free to unmute. If I want to make this transparent, that just means it's going to erase the color altogether and I can see through it. So if I were creating like a Venn diagram, you'd want to use that transparent piece because now, see how it becomes clear? I can see straight through. I want my A to go away. My A is aggravating me. That transparent piece gives me that option. Now that it's transparent, I can actually come down here and grab my text box and type anything I want to on the inside. I can highlight it. Up here, you see the A. You can change the color of your font. You can change the positioning of your font. You can make it go to the right, to the left, to the middle. You can also change how large your font is. Again, it's very basic in this setting. I know in my class, whenever I taught fourth grade. So I would suggest anyone who can move a mouse can do this. Literally, anyone who can move a mouse can use this program. So it's not limiting to anyone. As long as they can operate a mouse or use their finger, it's available for any child, I would say for pre-K through 99 years old. You could totally do this if you wanted to. It changes just your basic display. So what would I do with this? Let me show you one more thing before I get into those details. This is a laser, and it's just meant if you were presenting, because you can actually open it on a Jamboard. You can start and share and present in a meeting. So for all my parents out there who are using Zoom right now to meet and do presentations, this will be a great option for you. And you can do a temporary circle. What? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I have literally played with just circle. The thing that I could not do is change the color. So it will stay red, but it's just a temporary little laser that's meant to highlight a section and then draw attention to it and then disappear. But that's pretty awesome. I thought it was pretty awesome. I love that part. Now, this is the fun part. So those are the basics. Just to run down in case you just jumped in, we're in Jamboard. Jamboard is just a whiteboard that can be used for anything that you really want it to be used for. I'm going to give you some ideas here in just a second. You have up here your pen, your marker, your highlighter, your brush with different sets. This is to erase individual pieces. Come up here to clear the entire page. If there's things to be moved, you can use your pointer. This is a sticky note, and this is honestly the way I used it in my class a lot, because you can give, let's say it's a busy day and it's time to go out. You have your calendar up on the refrigerator, right? You could technically do this with Google in conjunction with our Google Keep and say, okay, I will pick up groceries because I am groceries. If I can spell, I'm going to make mine pink and then I'm going to save it. So now Everyone knows mom's picking up the groceries. And then someone else, I'm going to be at band because that's where I live. So this is Connor Ian, my son, because he's going to the football game tonight. So he's going to be at football. At a quick glance, you could just put these Post-its on, grab your thing, move it. Everyone posted. All right, now we know where everyone is at a glance. You can do the same things if you wanted to. You can duplicate these. You can delete them. You can put them in different orders. So if I'm a teacher background or if I'm a parent wanting my child to learn ABCs or something like that, I can actually send this to the back and see how it nestles perfectly. So now as I go through, I can make like a deck of cards and pull out the pieces because it will live behind there. So let me show you one more time what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up here to this ellipsis. I'm going to tell it to order. I want to send this card to the back. And now that one's at the front. So now I have created a layering effect. Could be used so many different ways. You could even get your own child to go through and create as many stickies as they want. And one thing that I know we're working on right now, my son is in AP English, his vocabulary. Perfect way to put the word and the definition and layer them on top of each other. Depending on how your child learns, that would be the perfect activity to use this for because it is literally just a blank board. And again, remember, if you come up and toggle, you can go left or right as many boards as you would like to. All right, I'm going to be quiet before I show you the next part. Any big questions, little questions? Because there are no little questions before I go. All right, we're good. Nice, nice, nice. Let's clear our frame. This is the fun part. Okay, so if you're thinking back to when you were a kid and things that you wanted to do, these are the ideas I was thinking about. Well, if I'm a parent, what is it that I would want to, how could I use this? My son is getting ready to go to college, right? He's getting all these college invites. What if each board became a vision board for his college? Or maybe you are a parent who's transitioning from kindergarten, from pre-K to kindergarten, or 5th to 6th, or 8th to 9th, you know, those big years.
There you go.
You could use this to set a background. There's templates here, but you could also go to an image. And you could search any image that's available online, you could get from here. I'm just going to put in Georgia Southern. And now I can set that as my frame. So whatever your school, your student is getting ready to go to, now they could go around and put sticky notes about the good things. They could put the pros on one color, the cons on another. Literally limitless. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'm in 2nd grade. I have a kid in 2nd grade and they are going over the seasons. And right now it is fall. Look at these backgrounds, guys. Grab one, set it. Now you're on your way to see grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, or maybe you're just taking a trip up the coast or wherever you're going. Maybe your kid just needs something to do for the 20-minute ride into town to go to the grocery store, or maybe they need something to do while you're waiting at the doctor's office. This is a perfect place for them to be able to just drop a background in, come over, grab whatever they want to. They can come in and draw over it. They can color over it. They can actually add in it. Let's say we wanted to put in some more pumpkins. You can grab these pumpkins and they can actually design their own collage here. If I have any aspiring photographers, oh my gosh, think about the possibilities that you could do here. Maybe your child has a project coming up. Maybe they are working on poetry. This is the perfect place to add words, because remember, you can come here, you could create that bar, make it transparent, change its color around there, make it nice and neat, and then you could come in with some words that are inspiring. That is my word of inspiration, inspiring. I'm just kidding. But you could put anything. You could even give, maybe, remember when we used to play I Spy? Drop a few of these as backgrounds on 3 or 4 of these, and then have your kids in the back seat playing I Spy. Oh my gosh, a built-in game that costs you absolutely nothing because all Google products are free. You just go to your Google and you have it, right? If you want to share this, so let's say you go ahead and you build it, but you want to share it to your student's account, there's always that option to share here. Now, because I don't want you to get mad at me and say, oh, but Misty from technology said that if I do this, then it will work. Well, just make sure, especially if your student is building this, or even if you're like Newton County has restrictions. So when you get the link to share, you're going to want to make sure it's available to anyone. Anyone should be able to get this link. So you want to make sure it's open. Right now, you could only look at it. So if I shared it with you, you wouldn't be able to click on anything or draw. You want to make whoever you're sharing the link with an editor, and then that gives your kiddos the right to go in and work. So if I'm a teacher, or maybe I'm an instructional coach, or maybe I am just someone who works at, I'm the manager at Wendy's. This would be the perfect thing for you to be able to share your vision for the upcoming holiday. These are the things that need to, we're going to be working on, making sure we have good customer service, blah, blah, blah. Anything you can put on a poster can also be put on a digital poster and shared out with multiple people. Instead of it just hanging in your lounge or your break room now, you're going to be able to share it out with everyone with a click of a button. If you don't want them to make any changes, remember, you're going to keep it in viewer mode. So I'm just going to copy this and drop it in the chat. Sometimes chat is funny and it lets you hit, you can actually click on things and sometimes not, but I want you to be able to see. So if you click on that link, you would be able to go here and see everything that I've done. It should take you straight there. But you shouldn't be able to change anything. That was the viewing link. But if I take it and I go in here and I make you an editor and drop this link, now, if you're playing along with me, you can come over here and grab your Post-it and add an idea. So if you could thought of an idea, or maybe you're not playing along, if you thought of anything like, oh man, that would work great for this, no matter what it is, drop it in the chat, share with our parents, share with the people on today. Let's see what ideas that sparked your interest. I know for me, my son is 20, doesn't even have a girlfriend yet, but I'm thinking, wedding board, one day in my future, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. You could make it anything, college board, wedding board, projects, getting ready for science fair. I know literacy days is a thing going on. Perfect place to post several of your poems to practice. Look, Patrice joined me. Yay, Patrice. You could grab, and did you guys catch that? I knew exactly whenever she got here. So if you do share this out, you will be able to see who is here. Now, if they're not signed into their Google account, they're going to be like anonymous hippo, which is quite funny when you're working. But you will still be able to see that someone else has joined your board. Patrice, if she wanted to right now, she could come write a big P because she's on the editing piece. See, anonymous frog just joined me. I'm so glad that frog hopped in and made it great. No, just kidding. But they could literally go in. I could assign them their own board. So Patrice, you're going to be on board 3. Look at that. Patrice, and see how that's pink? It matches up here. So if my anonymous frog decided to join in on me, there's a tiger. So it's going to match the color and the letter. So you can keep track of who's working when. Wow. Imagine you are in, again, when it's Thanksgiving weekend, the guys are watching football. I'm stereotyping here, right? The kids need something to do. Give them their tablets, their iPads, play win, lose, or draw. And you don't have to, who has pens in their house anymore? I legit can never find a pen. Legit. I use my phone. I'm like, hey, Siri, add this note, add this note. You can use, almost everybody has a device. Grab it, open up a whiteboard, play win, lose, or draw. Completely free fun times for you to have. You can go, oh, there's Elizabeth. Nice job. Now, you can grab anything here. Remember, you can type in winter's coming. And that's not a Game of Thrones thing, but I'm just saying, set that frame. Now have your child go through and drop pictures that remind them of winter. Perfect thing to do for a project on seasons. All right, I see all of you guys are joining. That's so much fun. Again, just a little review. Now, this is Jamboard. We're in Google, completely free. So as soon as you sign into Google, you go down, you find this symbol for Jamboard. It looks like a yellow circle with an orange rectangle. You have your basic operations here. And remember, as we added things, like as we added text, this taskbar changed to fit whatever you were doing on the side. And my favorite piece is this laser. Check out the top of that tree. It's amazing. Oh no, look at this sun. And then it disappears. Great for the working person who is doing a training, or the person who is getting ready to do small groups somewhere for something, for Cub Scouts or church, whatever it may be. Lots and lots of possibilities and flexibilities. If you need to share, come over to the share. Make sure you change and it's open to everyone. If you don't want to share a link, you can actually type in people's email addresses and share it that way too. So imagine you work for a realtor company. You can go through, build this board, and then share it out on your social media point. Maybe you are at home and you want to share your favorite recipe with your teacher. Your kid loves this recipe and wants to share it with his or her teacher. Go through, build it together. You have endless backgrounds, apps. You have a way to text. You have a way to write. You could just search it and upload the photo. If you go here, you can actually add images from your own computer. Build it and then share the link with the teacher or the group of teachers. What a cute little gift you could add in for them. You could even create a QR code for them to scan, and it takes them here to get there. All right, I'm opening it up to you guys. What do you think? Anyone think of any ideas as we went through? Just drop them in. Oh, look. Oh my gosh, let it snow. Merry Christmas. How cute. I love it. I love snowmen. Snowmen are so adorable. All right. Any ideas? None. I had them all, didn't I? You guys make me feel so smart. I am so thankful for you. Are there any questions? Any questions? No? All right. For my friends who are with the theme school, I know you guys have something that Dr. Brett, I know, I'm so glad you can't wait to use it with your kids. Seriously, if you use it, email me, smith.misty, and you know, the @newton.k12. I would love to hear how you end up using this, because it's so fun. It's so versatile. And I'm kind of sad that my kids are older and I can't try some of these things out. Now, the Georgia Southern thing, that really is a thing. I really do use that with my kid. He makes vision boards because, you know, that's part of making your future happen, right? You have to speak it out, or at least that's what I believe. So using those vision boards to help build games, projects. Oh, spelling words. That's perfect. I love that idea. That would be perfect. Yes. All right.